Hey everyone, it's Carolyn. Welcome to the channel. Today I have another pick a pile reading for you. And for today's pick a pile reading, we're going to be focusing on your karma, kind of what karmic cycle or lesson you are currently in, how it's affecting you, if it's in a positive way, if it's in a negative way, what lessons you can learn, and any guidance you need moving forward. And so I have 4 different piles for you to choose from today. We have the Alice in Wonderland Tarot deck, we have the Waite Smith Tarot deck, we have Tarot of the Haunted House, and we have Tarot of Oppositions. So take a moment and pause the video if you need to meditate on what pile is meant for you. You can always watch more than one pile, just do what resonates for you. I'm going to have the timestamps for each of the piles linked in the description box down below. And if you're drawn to look at the numbers and see if there's any angel numbers that stand out to you, by all means do that. I also want to say, if you're new to the channel, welcome, please subscribe. I would love to have you a part of this family, and make sure you turn that bell notification so you don't miss out when I post future videos to help you all with your spiritual journeys. I do more pick a pile readings like this. I also do collective readings and zodiac readings along with other educational videos, and I also post unboxings of different tarot and oracle decks. If this reading resonates, definitely let me know in the YouTube comments down below. And if you're drawn to leave a donation, I would greatly appreciate it. If you want to get your own private reading, I do sell them. You can check out my Etsy shop, or you can message me on Facebook or Instagram. All my links are going to be left in the description box down below. I'm going to have other videos linked in the cards above, so definitely make sure after you watch this reading to check those out and see if there's any other messages for you. And so with all that being said, I'm going to go ahead and start off the readings. So those of you who chose the Alice in Wonderland Tarot, for your cards, you have the 6 of Teacups, 4 of Flowers, 6 of Hedgehogs, the Knight of Hedgehogs, the Mystery, the 9 of Hedgehogs, Knight of Teacups, 7 of Flowers, and the King of Hedgehogs. So I'm going to take a moment to just rearrange these real quick, and then I'll be back for your message. So with the 6 of Teacups, 4 of Flowers, and 6 of Hedgehogs, I really am getting the sense that when it comes to your karmic cycle, this has to do with setting boundaries with the people in your life. And the reason I say that, the 6 of Teacups always gives me the energy of our inner child and our memories and those core things that stick with us. And so to me, I am getting the sense that this karmic cycle has to do with your inner child. It could have been that this has been someone who's been in your life since you were a child, and therefore the things that they say, the things that they do, and their actions towards you, and the way that they show you their love and appreciation has really imprinted you and has really affected you over the years. And with the 4 of Flowers, this talks about a time of celebration, but it also represents the milestones in our lives. And so the 6 of Hedgehogs represents an energy of balance, give and take. And so to me, I feel like there needs to be more balance where you are building happy memories and celebratory memories with the people in your life, because you have that equal exchange of energy and you have that balance. I think right now this karmic cycle is navigating the relationships in your life and making it ones that is happiness and brings joy and excitement when you think about it, and not these negative emotions and not things that make you feel like you need to put yourself down. I feel that this Knight of Hedgehogs represents the energy of the person that you could be dealing with, that you are being told you need to set better boundaries with. Now, not all of you, it's going to be cutting this person out, because I do want to point out we have the King of Hedgehogs here. So you're dealing with this energy in this Knight of Hedgehogs that then turns into this King of Hedgehogs. And if you look at the energy here in the King of Hedgehogs, this is someone who's fixing things up, who's building, working on themselves. So there's this level of self-improvement. So some of you, this Knight of Hedgehogs is yourself, and this is like you need to treat yourself better, have more self-love, and break this karmic cycle of belittling yourself in order to improve your life and gain the things you truly want out of it. But for others, this represents an external person. So with Hedgehogs, this represents the earth energy. So this could be a Virgo, Capricorn, or a Taurus, but this could also represent the energy right now with the Knight of someone where there's a lot of communication. They're trying to get their point across. They are trying to do things, and they're trying to be very deliberate and do things how they think is the most logical or the most practical. This is someone where they really try and do things smartly. They don't try and take a lot of risk. They're going to be communicating a lot. Sometimes I feel like they can stumble over their words because they're trying to get so many things out at once, and there's almost this immature energy about them, but they mean well. but they think very practically. And so they can kind of be a bit of a Debbie Downer, or they don't believe in your dreams, or they don't show you that they truly believe in you. And it's not because they don't believe in you, it's because they are a very practical person. They like facts, they like statistics, they like to see the proof in things before just going off of blind faith. And I feel like that could be where this disconnection is between you and this person, and that's why there needs to be a better set of boundaries where you're not expecting them to give more than they can, but they also need to do a better job at understanding the way that what they say affects you and how it hurts you. And so I do think, because this person is a very practical person, you could have a conversation with them. You just have to make sure you're approaching it from a point of, this is what happens. Don't focus on just going in there and winging it, because again, this is someone with this Nine of Hedgehogs. They are someone where they are very logical, and so you need to approach them in a way where you're being very level-headed. Don't try and set these boundaries and work things out with them while you're having an emotional reaction. That is going to cause a disconnection. That's why the cycle has not been broken yet, because either you haven't approached it fully, or when you do approach it, you don't approach it in a way that's actually leading to positive results with the two of you. And I feel like some of you, you're like, well, why do I have to be the one to explain what they're doing? Why do I have to be the one to let them know not to do this? And the reason for that is because your karma that's depicted here in the cards is you needing to stand up for your inner self, you needing to protect your inner self and bring balance to your life. So you are learning this karmic lesson of defending yourself, so that then moving forward, things can be fun and you can have this excitement and you can feel connected and appreciated by them. But if you don't stand up for this inner child, if you don't stand up to protect yourself with the Seven of Flowers here as well, you're never going to learn that. And so karmically, the reason it has to be you is because this is not only teaching you about your relationship with them, it's creating this subconscious thought pattern now, where when someone's doing something that is intruding on your boundaries or is causing discomfort in your life, you speak up, you acknowledge it, you work it out. You're no longer running from it. You're no longer letting people push over you. You are not allowing people to do things without consequences anymore. That's why this lesson is forcing you to do it, so that you have the ability to do it when you need to. And as far as this person goes, they're going to also learn a karmic lesson. It's just going to be different. They're going to learn how to make adjustments on who they are and how they express themselves for the people they care about. And not in a way where you're asking them to change who they are. You're just asking them to not use it as an excuse to be rude and cause pain to you or to others. Because I guarantee you, this is something that this person does not fully realize, and if they're doing it to you, they're doing it to others as well. And so like I said, this person isn't necessarily a bad person. They just need to still do work on themselves. And so when it comes to this karmic lesson, definitely go ahead and defend yourself with them and bring up ways in which there can be a compromise, or in which they can still be who they are, but they just adjust it slightly so that they're improving, but also your relationship itself is improving with this King of Hedgehogs here. I feel like this person just needs it to be brought to their attention because they don't notice it yet. They don't understand it. In the mystery card here, and I feel like this has kind of been a mystery. I also feel like some of you haven't fully understood, like, hey, this person is causing this inner stress to me. This person is opening up this inner wound that I have. And it's kind of like this has been a mystery. And it's almost like when you were watching this video, you're like, I don't really know what my karma is going to be. It's almost like you weren't aware of this until I said it. And it feels like there could be a block with you actually looking at the ways that people do affect you. I think you have this energy with this Nine of Hedgehogs where you do try to be fairly independent. But just because you're independent doesn't mean that no one has gotten under your skin. It doesn't mean that people don't affect you. And so you can still be strong and confident with who you are, but still acknowledge there's things internally that you need to heal and work on with other people. Because I also get the sense that when you work things out with this person, it's going to allow you to celebrate bigger milestones in your life, in both of your lives, that you wouldn't be able to get if you let this conflict and this inner turmoil fester and grow. It would end up pulling you two apart, and it would end up creating a very negative situation, because I think eventually, instead of approaching it level-headedly, there would be an emotional outburst that would really divide this relationship. So that's why karmically you're being called to stand up, protect the relationship now, but also protect yourself at the same time. You're meant to bring balance into your life right now with the karma. And I feel like if you've been butting heads, or if there's been this energy that you haven't been able to pinpoint, but you know things aren't fully right, or something that they did it bugs you and you were like, I don't know, like why we're just having like these issues and this conflict right now, the reason for it is because karmically you're meant to, so that you break the cycle and you learn your lessons and you both grow as individuals so that the relationship can be stronger and you can learn this lesson and break this cycle. If you ignore this and you don't fix it, it's only going to grow and spiral bigger. The Knight of Teacups could also be representing your own energy. So that's a water sign. So that's going to be Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer. But if we look at the image here, it's almost like the umbrella is in the rain, feeling its emotions, you know, doing the opposite of what an umbrella does because its head is outside of it. And it's almost like basking in the water. Well, water is emotions and it represents the way that we are feeling about things and the way that we're in flow with the universe. And so I feel like when it comes to this karma in your life, allow yourself to be independent and embrace being in your emotions, not in the sense where you're having this outburst to them, but almost like this Knight of Teacups here. See how this bird here is very peaceful? He's not reacting to the emotions. He's just sitting with them. He's understanding them. He's accepting what's going on, but he's not resisting it, but he's also not acting on it. He's just simply with it. He's existing with it. And so I feel like that's what you need to do right now, is become independent enough where you're able to create more of a separation between what they say versus what you know they mean, and give them some grace as they're trying to change their approach for things. Because like I said, I feel like this person has good intentions. It's just they're rough around the edges. And so after you approach this with them, it's going to take some adjustment for both of you to understand how to properly set these boundaries and what to do. So allow some grace with it, where watch their efforts, see if they're trying. If they're really trying and they slip up, or they do something that they thought was improving and it still kind of rubbed you the wrong way, communicate that with them. Still protect yourself, but allow yourself to have patience for them. Allow yourself to work with them instead of against them. I also feel like this is indicating that internally, not only with this person, but karmically moving forward, if anyone says something that is causing this emotional outpouring of you, you don't have to react and you don't have to take it to heart. Sometimes people speak without fully understanding what they're saying, and sometimes people are just going to be cruel. And so don't take everything to heart. Don't hold on to everything. Have your own sense of validation, have your own sense of what you are worth, and use that to fuel you and to protect you, where it doesn't matter what these outsiders are saying because you're working on yourself. I really feel like not only are you helping this person self-improve, but you are improving as well. And so when it comes to your karmic cycle, I really feel like it's important for you to do inner healing right now. Focus on figuring out what person in your life is causing these wounds to be ripped open, who is saying things that is offending you or hurting you on some level, or if they're not currently doing it, but they did it in the past, still bring it up to their attention, because I feel like this is something that can be worked on, and it can actually greatly improve the relationship. It can also improve your relationship with yourself, and it will make them grow as a person as well. And so I feel like karmically, the reason why you might be having some issues with someone right now is to bring to your attention what needs to be fixed, so that you can build a stronger relationship, so that you can work on yourself, and that this person can also improve themselves, and everyone's just going to be a healthier version of themselves. And so I really feel like your karma right now is helping you become stronger in who you are and what your identity is, while also defending yourself when you need to. And so this is an important lesson that you definitely need to learn. But the good thing for you, again, is that I don't feel like this is a painful type of karma. It feels like, yes, there's some bumps in the road, but it feels like this is fixable. It feels like whatever issues you have with this person, you can overcome. So it's a really good type of karmic lesson to have, because it's one where, yes, there's issues, but it's not going to be something where you have to go through this heartache in order to get. It feels like you're healing yourself, you're moving on from the situation, and your relationship's going to be stronger than ever. And so I really hope this resonates for you. If it did, let me know in the YouTube comments down below. Also, give this video a big thumbs up and share with others who need to hear it. If you haven't already subscribed, please do so. I would love to have you a part of this family, and make sure you turn on that bell notification so you don't miss out when I post future videos. I'm going to have other videos linked in the cards above. If this resonated and you want to leave a donation, I would greatly appreciate it. And if you want to get your own private reading, I do sell them. All the ways you can contact me are going to be in the description box down below. I can't wait to see you all in my next video. I hope you have a good one. Bye. So those of you who chose the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, for your cards, you have the Ten of Wands, Seven of Swords, Queen of Cups reversed, Nine of Swords reversed, Nine of Cups, Strength reversed, Five of Swords, Justice, the Lovers, and Three of Cups. I'm going to take a moment to rearrange these cards, and then I'll let you know what your message is. So with the Ten of Wands and Seven of Swords, this is giving me the energy that when you were younger or in your past, you kind of did something that now you regret, or you changed, you adapted from. That part of your past is not who you are now, and you look back at it and you feel like you were either peer pressured into things, or you did something knowing that it wasn't good for you. And so it's kind of like you did something shady is what I'm sensing. You did something that ended up affecting someone else, and you feel really bad and you feel responsible for what you did. And I get the sense that with the Queen of Cups card being reversed, I think this caused some issues of your own self-love. I think you kind of went through this phase of your life in which there was some self-hatred, where you were really living in this state of regret. And it's almost like you were in this dark place of your life. And I feel like you have done a lot of work. You've grown up, you have matured. I feel like a lot of you've started the healing process, and part of that healing process was revisiting these things that you did in your past that you're not proud of. I feel like a lot of you're ashamed of what happened here, because it really feels like this is something that now, like, you would never be caught doing. Like, you would feel so guilty and so bad about hurting people. And so I get the sense that as you've done this inner healing, you wanted to take some level of accountability for this. And so I feel like as a result of that, you took some action in your life to try and right this wrong, to fix it as best as you could, and to at least own up for it. And I feel like you either talked to the people involved, or you talked to other people who could help with the situation, and you told them either what you did, or you helped try and fix things. You tried to smooth things over in some way, and not because you were trying to fix your own guilt, but because you did feel a level of responsibility for this. And it did not make you feel good. And I feel like moving forward, it's like you either try and give people guidance so they don't make the same mistakes that you did, or you go out of your way to make sure that everyone involved in the situation who you wronged, you are making things better with them, or you were trying to improve their life in some way. And again, this isn't for your own pleasure. This isn't for your own wants to make yourself feel better. I feel like deep down, you still feel really shitty about this. But I think it made you feel like, okay, instead of just getting stuck in this feeling of regret, I'm gonna try and do something with it. And if it fixes things, great. And if it doesn't, I tried. I feel like that's why you went and you tried to fix things. And I feel like karmically, that was amazing for you to do, because I feel like you're going to be rewarded karmically for this. And it has nothing to do, again, with you wanting it to improve your life because of this. It's that you have done the work to grow as a person, to change your life, change your course, and the universe sees that. The universe is rewarding you, because there's other people who are either a part of this, or other people with very similar stories to you who did not do the work, did not fix themselves, and did not try and make things better. And so I think as a result of you fixing things and removing your fear and your regret and things, and just sitting in these feelings because you took action on it, you're being rewarded for it. And I also feel like with the Five of Swords, you're cutting out the people who are trying to make you go back to who you were, or who don't want you to grow and evolve and become a better person. And I feel like you're cutting out anyone who's reminding you of your past self, because you don't even want to be a part of that world anymore. I feel like you're cutting out your friends who are part of that. I feel like some of you're even distancing yourself from family members, because now you only want people in your life who are going to improve your life. And this is not easy. I feel like karmically you've been making this switch, and you haven't fully understood why you're doing it, but you found this inner strength, this inner courage to go out and to actually change things for yourself. I feel like as of lately, you felt stronger, you felt more secure with what you're doing, you found more peace in your life. And again, none of this is because of you trying to go and do things for fake or false reasons. All of this is like this deep-seated change within yourself. And you have the Justice card here. This is growth for you. This is self-improvement for you. You are creating balance in your life. Literally, justice represents karma. It's almost like, yeah, you fucked up. You did something that you shouldn't have done, but you accepted that. You're not resisting that. You took accountability and you did what you could. Obviously, you can't always fix everything, and you're not pretending that you did. You're not going out and having the savior complex and acting like you did something above and beyond. A lot of you still feel like you haven't done that much. A lot of you still feel like you haven't fixed it, but you did what you could. And because of that, the universe is like, look, we don't need you to solve everything. We don't need you to fix everything. We just needed your effort. You're making an effort to better your life. We're seeing that we're matching that, because karmically, You took it upon yourself to break this cycle. You could have continued having this be your life and follow this trajectory, but instead you chose to change. Instead you chose to be better, and we see that. And so now you're being rewarded for this. With the Lovers and the Three of Cups here, especially for those of you who are single, I feel like you could be meeting someone and having a really good, solid, strong, happy relationship with them, or meeting other people in your life where you're making better choices and it's leading you to more times of celebration. It's leading you to happier times in your life where you're having fun, where you're enjoying your life, and there's no longer this fear, this regret going on anymore. I also feel like for those of you where this was a situation in which you cheated with someone or you cheated on someone and you kind of blew up a relationship, or you hurt someone that you were supposedly in love with, and you've had this fear of love and relationships because you feel like if you get into a long-term relationship, someone else is going to hurt you that same way. The universe is telling you, like, karmically, that's not going to happen. You're not going to get a taste of your own medicine because you've learned that lesson. You understand the pain that you caused, and so you don't have to be afraid to love anymore. But I really feel like moving forward, the universe is rewarding you, not because of what you did in the past, but because of the ways you've grown and changed as a person now to try and fix it. And so it feels like before you used to make these stupid decisions, and now with the Lovers card, you made more positive decisions. You're making good choices. You're doing the right thing. When you have a difficult situation and you don't know what to do, you try your best to do what you think is right. You're really going out of your way to try to not hurt people. Obviously, as humans, we can only do so much. We might slip up a couple times, but karmically, you have chosen to be more mindful and to try and break the cycle. And I really feel like the universe is rewarding you. I really think that things are balancing out for you. You're going to reach a point of your life in which you're able to manifest things. You're able to enjoy your life, and you really are going to be able to let go of this regret. You're going to be able to let this situation go and not carry this weight on your shoulders anymore. Because while I think you have been resolving things and trying to mend things, you still carry this on you. I feel like this is something that weighs on you, and I feel like with time and by breaking this karmic cycle, eventually you're going to get it where that weight's no longer on you and you're actually able to enjoy your life without this weighing you down. I get the sense that right now it's kind of like this chip on your shoulder. There's still some things to process within this cycle. There's still some things that you need to break free of, and a lot of this has to do with the people you need to cut out. But don't be afraid to cut these people out, because better opportunities are ahead, especially those of you where maybe you've improved, but you're like, but these people are my only friends, or they're my family. Like, I'll be all alone if I let them go. Karmically, you won't. You will meet other people. New people will enter your life. You have to release the old and the baggage and the people who don't want you to improve and don't want you to grow because they're weighing you down. And the moment you let them go, the scales can balance here. Other people, better people will come into your life. And if you're like, well, how do I meet people? Well, look at the Three of Cups. The Three of Cups is this energy of going out and celebrating. Some of you might actually meet someone at a club, but if not, this is about going out and socializing, meeting people at parties, saying yes to more opportunities, saying yes to more work things. Some of you, this is going on dating apps, meeting people online. There's so many ways to meet people, but the way you do it is by going out of your comfort zone and doing something new, saying yes to a new opportunity, and you're going to meet people as a result of that. I really get the sense that karmically, you're meant to let go of this past life and start a new life in which there's better things for you, in which you are more confident, in which you are not filled with this regret. And so there's internal healing that needs to go on as well with this karmic cycle, where you're able to release this and you're able to cut out all the people who are not improving themselves so that you can continue to do your work and improve your own life. But it definitely feels like the universe sees everything you're doing and the universe respects your effort. And as a result, you're going to be rewarded for it because you didn't choose to take the easy option, because you didn't choose to continue to let this happen, because you chose to take an active step and break this cycle. The universe is rewarding you for that. The universe sees that you want to change and grow as a person, and the universe is going to help you do that. And so just continue to try and do your best. Continue to try and do what you feel is right to fix this situation, and let go of those people that are holding you back, and allow yourself to say yes to new opportunities. I feel like the universe is really rewarding you right now. And I also want to point out, some of you have self-limiting beliefs of feeling like you're worthy of this because of what happened, and the universe wants you to know that you are worthy because you have done the work to try and improve yourself and fix the situation. And the fact that you don't think you're worthy is exactly why you are, because there's so many other people like you who would have thought that they were never in the wrong and who would have never done this work. And so the fact that you have tried to change things and tried to fix things shows that you are ready to change and to grow and to really put this behind you and start anew. And so I really hope this resonates for you. It's a really positive message, and so just continue to keep doing what you're doing. And so I'm really sending you all so much love and light at this time. If this reading resonates for you, let me know in the YouTube comments down below, and give this video a big thumbs up and share with others who need to hear it. If you're drawn to leave a donation, I would greatly appreciate it. And if you want to get your own private reading, and you can check out my Etsy shop or message me on Facebook or Instagram. Every way you can contact me is going to be in the description box down below. If you're new to the channel, definitely make sure you subscribe and turn on that bell notification so you don't miss out when I post my next video. I'm also going to have other videos that you can watch linked in the cards above, and I can't wait to see you all in my next video. I hope you have a good one. Bye. So those of you who chose Tarot of the Haunted House, for your cards, you have the Page of Pentacles, the Hierophant, Judgment reversed, Eight of Cups reversed, the Queen of Cups, Seven of Pentacles, Seven of Swords reversed, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Knight of Pentacles. So I'm going to take a moment and rearrange these cards so you can see them a bit better, and then I'll let you know what your message is. So I'm getting the sense that there's almost like this stuck or stagnant feeling where it's like you have all this energy of like things you want to do and things you're trying to try out, and yet you feel like every time you're trying to take a step forward, nothing's working. You're not moving anywhere and nothing's really going on. And I feel like you feel stuck and stifled by maybe the people in your life, maybe the beliefs in your life. With the Hierophant card, I am sensing that there could be some trauma with religion or some blocks with religion that makes it where you feel like you can't fully express yourself. And honestly, with the Seven of Pentacles here, I'm getting this energy of feeling blocked, feeling like you're always waiting, feeling like you're always in this limbo where you are waiting for these crops to grow, for you to see rewards, for you to find validation, find proof, find motivation through the things in your life, where you can look at something and be like, this is why I'm doing it. And not in the sense that you don't have your reasons for things, but in the sense of you feel like nothing is leading to results. Like, yeah, you're doing things, yeah, you are doing this work and you're willing to take on responsibilities and you want this plant to grow, but you keep tending to it every day and you're not seeing results. And so you're getting discouraged, honestly, is what I'm sensing. And I think karmically, the reason why you're feeling that way is because you're meant to look at that and face it. And I feel like a lot of you, you're like, what do you mean? Like, I am facing it. And the reason why you're in this karmic loop of stagnancy is because you are meant to acknowledge the fact that there are things going on that's keeping you stagnant. And not all of this is your own doing. Like I said with the Hierophant card here, this represents outside influences. But some of it is internal judgment and insecurity and feeling like you can't do things. I definitely feel like you have a pattern of putting yourself down for things or discouraging your ideas and telling yourself that they're stupid. And so as a result, karmically, you have gotten stuck in this limbo in which you want to do things, but you never feel good enough and you never feel like you actually can. And so it's this constant cycle of desire, but never taking that desire and turning it into action. And so that's why you're feeling the stagnancy, because internally, you know what you want, you know what you desire, but yet those steps that you need to take in order to actually get it are not there, they're not matching up. And even here with this Queen of Cups, it's almost like she's holding out this cup, like, come join me, like, I'll help you, I'll guide you. Some of you, you could be getting a mentor in some way that is going to be a water sign, so that's Cancer, Pisces, or a Scorpio, but water is also very intuitive. This is your intuitive self. And the feminine energy is this very nurturing and loving, caring energy. This is what you have to do for yourself, is nurture your intuition. Take care of that inner voice and that guidance that you have that's leading you on your path. And I honestly feel like for some of you, in order to do this inner healing, to break this karmic cycle with this Eight of Cups reversed, is you're going to have to revisit things from the past. And not in the sense of you having to reanalyze things or do that type of work. I think that might be something to look into, but that's not going to heal this block. I feel like there's actual things that you wanted to do, that you desire to do, that you've prevented yourself from doing, or you stopped doing it because someone got in your own way, or someone told you that it was wrong or you shouldn't do it. You need to go back, you need to revisit those ideas and take action to it. I think by going back and visiting your old goals and then proceeding to take action with them in the present moment is going to start to create a subconscious link where all of a sudden what was impossible, what you never never could do now suddenly is possible. And so it makes it where your subconscious now starts to believe in yourself and starts to acknowledge, hey, I have this desire. Let me take action on that. Now I know how to take action on what I truly want. That's the disconnect right now. And so I think karmically, you have this level of stagnancy that you have been continuing with the cycle of ignoring and pushing it down, and then just being upset that things aren't working out and being upset that you have to wait. But in reality, you haven't been tending to your garden as much as you think you have. And so I think you really need to start taking better care of yourself, because again, you have another queen. You have the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles again is another nurturing energy. She's someone where she's very independent, but she's independent because she chooses to be. She knows how to rely on others and connect with them and have that deep emotional connection with them when it's something that's beneficial for her. And so she has this loving, nurturing side, but she's not giving it to everyone. But she knows when to give it to herself. She's self-sufficient because she gets her energy from herself. She's not relying on others to give it to her. If people come and they help her and she has a good time with them, that's fine. She doesn't need them to tell her that she's worthy or that she's deserving of things. She doesn't need people to tell her that something's right or wrong. And honestly, like if people are trying to give their opinion and she doesn't want to hear it, she just tells them no. It's almost like you're pushing them away. You're pushing away their nonsense and their opinions. You don't have to listen to everything that people tell you. Sometimes people are going to have the best advice for you, but it's not advice that you need in that moment. It's not something that you're ready to hear. And sometimes you got to learn that lesson yourself. So just because people are saying stuff doesn't mean you can't push it away. Ignore them. Eventually you'll learn how to have discernment of when someone's giving you beneficial advice versus when they're just trying to make it where you're not doing things or where they're in control of your life. But until then, start making your own decisions. Fall on your face. Make mistakes. Right now, any action, the right or the wrong action, is better than no action. You're stagnant. You're stuck. You're feeling this too. To me, it feels like you're frustrated with yourself and you're frustrated with your life because you have this potential, you have this desire of what you want to do. You are this creator here, but you're so new to it, you don't know how to begin. You're currently this page, you want to be this queen. Well, the step to do it is to become the knight, because the knight elevates you from the page to the knight to then the queen. So this is literally the cycle of steps you need to follow. You need to become this Knight of Pentacles in which you are communicating, and not communicating verbally, but communicating with your higher self, with your crown chakra, with your downloads, your information. You have the owl here, which represents that wisdom. And so that's that inner wisdom. And so when it comes to breaking this karmic cycle, do not look for outside people or outside influence to help you on this journey, in the sense of them mapping it out for you and telling you exactly what you need to do and handing you all the guidance you need. Yes, you might be able to gain some opportunities from people, but the reason you're going to get those opportunities is because you have to be the one to take action. No one else is going to come into your life and deliver this action to you. You are this knight here, handing this pentacle to the owl. And so this knight here is representing your energy. The pentacle is representing your desire in a physical form. A pentacle represents the material items, the things that are tangible, the things that we can physically hold, that we can physically see. And he's passing it along to the owl to take flight with, to take it to someone or some place that it needs to be. And so that owl again is representing that wisdom, that inner sense of self. And so this is saying that you need to communicate with your higher self. You have to allow yourself to take action on your own internal messages and do something with it. So I feel like in order to break this karmic link, like I said, a lot of you revisit things that you once let go of. But for those of you where you're stumped on what to do, take a moment right now because you're feeling stagnant. Take a moment to ask yourself, what's something you can do to get out of this? It does not have to be the best answer. It does not have to be something that's instantly going to solve it within the next hour. It does not have to be something that's super elaborate. But what is something you can do now in the moment that is going to be some sort of action forward? Again, it doesn't have to be perfect. There might be plenty of other things that you could do to move forward instead. But this is what you're thinking of now in the moment, and you're acting on it. Any step forward, no matter how small, is going to make you reach that goal. And right now you're stagnant. You have not moved anywhere. So moving any step forward is going to be more than where you're at. And so karmically, it feels like you're almost stuck in this rut. And you are the only one who can get yourself out of it by taking action, by actually working on it. So what you really need to do is you need to face it, you need to accept it, and then you need to do something about it. You can't keep staying in this limbo and being on pause and waiting for things to magically happen on their own. And those of you where this has to do not with like your internal self and your desires, but this has to do with something as far as like a relationship and seeing if you're progressing in a way that you want, you need to start taking action and asking questions out loud. You need to start communicating where you are not only expressing internally with yourself and what you truly want and connecting the steps in order to take action, but you also need to be syncing up with the people in your life that are directly related to the goal that you want and communicating what you want with them and working on figuring out a plan with them, whether that requires compromises or not. You're not going to know what needs to be compromised until you discuss it. So get things off your chest. Say what needs to be said. Some of you, I feel like with this Hierophant card, it's really going to be getting things off your chest and telling people that you no longer care about their opinion, or that you are distancing yourself from them, or that you need to do things differently for a little bit, and there's going to be some level of change you need to do in your life that maybe others aren't going to perceive well, but that is not your problem. That's their problem. That's what they have to figure out. If you want to break this karmic link, you have to create change. You have to be your own catalyst. You have to be the one to do things differently and take that action in your life, because no one's going to jump into your life and magically change things for you. And I feel like that's why karmically you've been stuck in the cycle, because you've been waiting for a change to happen for you instead of making that change happen for yourself. And if you don't know where to begin, start by changing your routine, start by taking better care of yourself. And if you do have a water sign in your life who is this mentor person, I am sensing a feminine energy. That doesn't only mean that they are a woman, that could just be someone with a feminine energy, so someone who's very nurturing, very kind. Go to them for guidance, but not in the sense where you're asking them to give you all the answers, but in the sense that when you have an idea, maybe run it by them, see what they think. Have that communication, because by communicating with them, that's going to teach you not only how to communicate with others, but also how to communicate within yourself, where eventually you don't have to always run things by them, but you're going to build up that dialogue where you get comfortable expressing yourself and saying what you truly want, so you accept what you want instead of just pushing it down because you're afraid that you're never going to be able to reach it. I feel like there is this internal block where you're afraid to say what you want out loud, even though internally you feel it. You're afraid to speak it out loud for fear that it's not going to come true. And that's where Spirit's like, do not be afraid anymore. Allow yourself to go and get the things that you want. Allow yourself to take the action. It doesn't matter about the haters. Push them away. You don't need them. Focus on yourself. That's how you're going to break this cycle. Build that connection with yourself, build that connection of communication with others, and fully express yourself without fear, because that fear is what's holding you back right now. And so I really hope this resonates for you. If it did, let me know in the YouTube comments down below. Also give this video a big thumbs up and share with others who need to hear it. If you're drawn to leave a donation, I would greatly appreciate it. And if you want to get your own private reading, I do sell them. You can check out my Etsy shop, or you can message me on Facebook or Instagram. All the ways you can contact me is going to be in the description box down below. Also in the cards above, I have more of my videos linked, and I can't wait to see you all in my next video. I hope you have a good one. Bye. So those of you who chose Tarot of Oppositions, for your cards, you have the Seven of Swords, the Chariot, Ace of Cups, Nine of Swords, Page of Pentacles, 10 of Wands, 5 of Swords, 8 of Swords, 5 of Wands, the High Priestess, and the Two of Wands. So I'm going to take a moment to rearrange these cards so you can see them a bit better. So right away, I'm getting the sense that your karma has to do with a person. This could have been a relationship, but it doesn't have to be. Sometimes this could be a platonic person in your life. But we have these people in our life where they are a karmic. We kind of have this karmic contract with them, and they're kind of like a karmic soulmate in a sense. And like I said, this can be platonic, so this could be anyone in your life. I feel like for some of you, it was a relationship, but just take it how it resonates. So with these karmic contracts, basically you're both designed in this lifetime to meet and teach each other karmic lessons as a result. And so I feel like that's currently what your karma is right now, is this person. And I think a lot of you have already encountered this person and they are out of your life, and this karma is the baggage that they have left with you. But for those of you where you still know this person, I sense that there could be a lot of conflict with them. With this Five of Wands here, I definitely get the sense that your intuition has been warning you against them with the High Priestess here, and you haven't necessarily listened, and that is what this karma is. And so what I would recommend for you, if you are still in this person's life and you have not yet listened to this, you have a chance to course correct this karma, where you can break this cycle before it even truly begins. So if you still know this person and you're still holding on to them with the Seven of Swords here, and you have these chains around you, allow yourself to listen to your intuition and pay attention to what it's saying and act accordingly. You have the Two of Wands here. This is taking action on things. I sense majority of you are no longer in contact with this person, and the karma is the baggage that they have left on you, not only with them and the pain or the issues of the relationship itself, but your connection with yourself is what this karma is affecting. Now, some of you, I get the sense that they are still in your life and you have not fully understood this karma, and I feel like even watching this reading now, you might be, well, I don't know, everyone in my life seems fairly good. And that's because you're not listening to your intuition. Your intuition right now is meant to warn you against them, and that is what this karma is. It is not so much the relationship itself. The karma between you two was this person was meant to come into your life and cause these obstacles with the Five of Wands and with the Five of Swords, so that you would learn how to break free eventually. But the High Priestess here, see how she's in the negative energy? This is representing the fact that you ignored your intuition with this person, that you did not allow yourself to fully see the depths of the way that they were blocking you or preventing you from achieving what you wanted. That's why you had the fear with them. A lot of you put this fear on yourself and you blamed yourself, like, this is a great person, or this person's really trying to help me out. I'm just putting my fears into it. I'm just projecting things. I'm just self-sabotaging. And really you weren't, but you were ignoring your intuition. And so karmically, now you have to unheal that wound and you have to learn how to trust yourself again. I do feel that a lot of you removed yourself from the situation here. You were able to walk away, and now with the Chariot here, it's like you walked away. You're trying to bring new love into your life, but you're still carrying the chains of this. You're still not feeling confident in yourself or in your abilities to discern who is good or not. And it's almost like you have to go back to the beginner's book here with the Page of Pentacles, where you have a lot to learn, you have a lot to study still. And with the Ten of Wands, it's like you took on so much from this person and you still carry them with you. And so that in turn also needs to be healed, so you can fully let them go. Because I feel like you physically cut them out of your life, and you think that just by running forward, it's going to remove them, and eventually you're not going to care about them. You're no longer going to think about them. But that's not how this karma is working, because again, it's not so much about the person. It's what the person represented in your life. And it's representing a time in which you ignored what your intuition was telling you. I mean, the Seven of Swords here represents an energy in which you are sensing that something isn't as it appears, but you ignore it. And I really feel like that's what this karmic cycle is. It's about learning to trust yourself after almost betraying yourself. And this person was the vessel in which that happened. But this karma is not connected with them anymore. They have already fulfilled their karmic contract with you. They were the catalyst for this karmic cycle. Your karma is no longer tied to this person. Your karma is tied to yourself with the High Priestess here. I also get the sense that either you or them could be a Cancer or Pisces, or this energy is heavily affecting you right now, because these are the energies that affect the intuition and your connection with yourself that you really need to work on rebuilding. Allow yourself to meditate some more. I also want to read from the guidebook for the Two of Wands. It says, you probably underestimate the difficulties before taking action in what interests you. Before leaving for new shores, prepare yourself better. Don't believe that everything is owed to you or that you won't encounter obstacles. Letting your load both in work and emotions, and you will travel better. I feel like that's what this karma is. It's that this relationship created obstacles for you in which you took on a lot, and you put the burdens on yourself. You put the blame on yourself. You thought, oh, this is perfect. Like, this is just me. I'm the one who's in the wrong. I'm the one who is just fearing the worst or projecting or whatever excuses you made. Really, this person was taking from you and you didn't see it. You didn't see their true colors. And so you're feeling naive. You're feeling lost. You're beating yourself up. You had the strength to walk away. You saw it for what it was, but that was like when there was no saving it anymore. And a lot of you were kicking yourselves for not leaving sooner, for not seeing that you were trying to climb up this mountain that was breaking, that was going to have you fall. And that's what happened. You fell. And now you're kind of at rock bottom, either emotionally or, you know, maybe you lent this person a lot of money or whatever the situation is. You feel like you're at rock bottom. So karmically, this cycle is about learning how to pick yourself back up from the bottom, learning how to love yourself again. You can either continue this karmic link and chase people and put the blame on yourself and take on everything as your fault and continue the cycle over and over again where you climb only to fall back down. Or you can break it and you can say, you know what? I have to do this internal work. I have to no longer doubt myself in relationships and feel like I'm the problem. Yes, sometimes you are going to be the problem, but it shouldn't be at a point where you are making yourself the excuse for everything. No one is perfect. No matter what relationship you're in, there's going to be obstacles, but you face them together. It shouldn't be you taking on the blame for everything. And it shouldn't be this person trying to take from you and you make excuses on why that's justified and why that's okay. The Eight of Swords is this energy in which you trapped yourself. You realize that you walked away, but now you got to realize your own doing and so. And the chains that you still carry from them, because I feel like a lot of you, if you don't release this baggage, you're going to walk around still feeling like you're the one who messed things up or got in your own way. And you're going to have, I don't want to say self-hatred because it doesn't feel that strong, but maybe self-loathing or an underappreciation of who you are and what you're worth moving forward in relationships, in which it's going to be very easy for others to take advantage of you, especially for those of you where you already have a pattern in life when it comes to your love life or even your friendships where you feel like people are constantly taking advantage of you and using you. You have to allow yourself to trust your intuition. And the moment that you feel like someone's using you, you stop it. It doesn't matter if you're the bad guy. Set these boundaries. You do not have to give everything you have to someone just because you love and care about them. Set these boundaries, protect yourself, and make it where you're trusting yourself with this High Priestess card. Instead of ignoring your intuition, listen to it, pay attention to it. In order to break this karmic cycle, you have to build up your own self-worth as you move on. You can't keep ignoring things and just push forward, because that's creating a running energy in which you run away from the truth and you run away from your problems, and therefore you're never going to actually solve anything. You're never going to break this karmic cycle. And so right now, I feel like what this karmic cycle is bringing into your life is the option to either rebuild and break it and get better things and become more confident in who you are, or you can continue the cycle in which you take on all these challenges, all these obstacles, and you put the blame on yourself, and you're always going to constantly be hitting rock bottom. I feel like the universe is going to continue to bring more karmic people and karmic connections to see if this cycle continues. And this person very well could be a Cancer, because I am getting that water sign along with Pisces. So pay attention to all the Cancers and Pisces you meet. They could be providing a lesson for you. And so definitely pay attention to all the relationships in your life and see what blame you're putting on yourself, and learn to balance that, learn to navigate it where you're no longer punishing yourself. Punishing yourself is not going to do you any good. Learn from it, understand it. The reason you met this person was because they are a karmic connection, because you were meant to learn a karmic lesson from them. And so don't ignore this lesson, because that's only going to make you have to keep repeating it over and over again. And that's why Spirit's not telling you what's coming in next for you, because if you don't solve this, if you don't break it, this karmic lesson is going to keep repeating. That's the karma that's going to keep happening to you. You're going to keep hitting this emotional rock bottom where you have to walk away. And so it's like, if you want a long-lasting, stable, healthy love or connection or friendship, whatever relationship dynamic this is, you really need to allow yourself to be honest with yourself and not take on all the blame and see the reality of things. So don't look at the fear, but pay attention to what's really going on and see if someone's using you. See what you are taking on. And don't be over eager to take everything on. They have their role too. It has to be 50-50. If it's you doing all the work, start to put some of those sticks down and say, you know what? I love you, but I'm not going to do all that. This is what I will do, and you are free to pick up the slack. And if you don't, then I see where your cards lay and I see what this relationship truly means to you. But if you truly care about me and you want this to work like I do, then you got to put in your own effort to work. And so don't be afraid to set those boundaries, because that's going to keep you in sync with your intuition. That's going to allow you to no longer feel naive and like you can be taken advantage of, because now if someone's showing you who they truly are, you're walking away before you take on their baggage, before you take on all their lies and manipulations. You're learning how to protect yourself with this karma. And so it's up to you if you learn from this person who was in your life, who hurt you or caused issues in your life, or you completely ignore everything that they were meant to teach you and just continue this lesson over again. And so when it comes to this karmic cycle, you really hold the power, because a lot of this is internal. It's not really external anymore. And so you have the ability to start to be more mindful and really break this cycle and say no or put up boundaries with these people in your life. And so I really just hope that you start to protect yourself and put up these boundaries and really take care of yourself right now, especially because it feels like you just hit rock bottom and you feel like that. Just show yourself some more love and care. Don't beat yourself up too much. We're all human. We all fall for things sometimes, and we all have moments where we don't trust ourselves. But now you know what it feels like when you don't trust yourself, and now you know what your intuition truly feels like, so you can listen to it moving forward. And so again, I'm sending you all so much love and light as you're going through this. If this reading did resonate, let me know in the YouTube comments down below. Also, give this video a big thumbs up and share with others who need to hear it. If you haven't already subscribed, please do so. I would love to have you a part of this family, and make sure you turn on that bell notification so you don't miss out when I post future videos. I'm gonna have other videos linked in the cards above. If this resonated and you want to leave a donation, I would greatly appreciate it. And if you want to get your own private reading, I do sell them. All the ways you can contact me are going to be in the description box down below. I can't wait to see you all in my next video. I hope you have a good one. Bye.